Good morning, Mr. Bikens. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, Mr. Reed. How am I
Okay.
sounding?
Yep, I can hear you. You're good. Have you talked to Ms. Walker, Attorney Walker?
No.
Morning, Mr. Yancey.
Hey, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Doing good, doing good.
How about
Good.
you?
You don't have any intakes this morning, do you?
Not that I know
Okay. Thank you.
of.
Good morning, Mr. Griffin.
Morning, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Hey, Mr. Griffin, how you doing?
I'm good.
Mr. Griffin, do you have, Mr. McCrary?
Ready. Good morning. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as your presiding judge. Good to see everybody on this bright Monday morning. Mr. Gazdecki, I know that you are here on the formal hearing scheduled for 8:30, but no one has checked in yet. I am going to give them a few minutes. Can you also do this one too? Yes, I'm sorry. All right, so thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you for being here on time. I'm going to start off this morning calling our 8:35 a.m. docket. I know I'm a minute early, but I have a couple of people in place, so let's do it. Let's start with Mr. Reed. Mr. Fikens, place your appearance on the record for me.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court, Specialty Court, Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, and good morning again.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens.
Thank you and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I would make a similar motion.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fikens, and good morning to you. Your motion is granted. I have Ms. Cleveland. You are up on the screen first this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good to see you in person today. How are you doing?
Yes, I am well.
Good. I am Toshi Cleveland, case manager for Specialty Court. I just wanted to make you aware that Mr. Williams is here. I believe they sent him.
Yes.
Okay. So.
I saw him.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Griffin, you are next up on the screen.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Brian Griffin on behalf of Sobriety Court this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Griffin. Do you have any preliminary matters for me?
Just what I just came down there to discuss with you, and I make the attorneys aware of what's going on.
Please make them aware.
Okay.
All right. And then Mr. Yancey.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good
Do you
morning.
have any matters for me?
Your Honor, not at this time.
All right, then we are going to get started. Oh, yes, ma'am. We are going to get started. I do see that there's an officer that has, that's in the waiting room. If you all can let him in, get him to a breakout room, and then let the people know, the prosecuting attorney know that their witness is here, and so is the attorney. We're ready to go. All right, let's do it. I am going to start off with Mr. Pollard. I have Seneca Pollard, case number 053433751. Good morning, Mr. Pollard. Unmute for me.
Good morning.
All right, there you are. State your name for me.
Seneca Pollard.
All right, Mr. Pollard, how are you today?
I'm finding yourself.
I'm doing well. I'm doing quite well on this morning. All right, how are things working out for you?
It's working out. It's difficult to on the recovery side. Like I have the tether, and it's a lot of things that's going on this side. I'm not able to really get done like you do, like escorts. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to make money to still, so you can have money while you here, like $5 to escort people. But I had a tether on, and my coach manager is not sure if I'm able to do it because of my tether.
Well, tell him a tether is not going to stop you from being able to do that.
And
Okay. Is
right,
that tether from us, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor. It's the GPS tether. I did have a conversation with him, but I'll I'll wait until you're ready to have me speak about that.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to establish that, how long has he been on the tether?
He's
Because
been,
tethers, like, when people get on and say tether stops them from doing stuff, that gives me a whole different type of alert. So, but how long has he had it on?
Your Honor, he's been on tether since he's been at Elmhurst. And that's
Okay.
because of his status when he came back to us after several years. I will like to say, and I believe I mentioned this, but I'm just going to repeat it again if I had not, that when you have a GPS tether on, it's important to communicate with the agency. All you have to do is let them know where you're going to be, and they will amend or adjust your tether, even if you're going on a instant or on a spur of the moment. You still can call them and they will let you know. They will put that and adjust that in your device.
Yes, Mr. Pollard.
I originally was supposed to have an alcohol tether. I wasn't supposed to have a GPS tether. The reason I had a GPS tether is because here at Amherst, they wasn't able to hook it up, since they wasn't able to. Because when I got May 1st, I got the alcohol tether put on down in downtown 36th district in your office. They put it on, the alcohol tether on me there. And when I got here, May 1st, when I got here, they wasn't able to hook the box up here. So
Mr. Pollard,
they came back out. Huh?
Mr. Pollard,
Yes.
the reason we gave you a tether is because you've been an absconder. And so I'm asking Ms. Cleveland about the time on the tether.
Right.
Because Ms. Cleveland, are you considering requesting the removal of it? Or do you believe he needs to stay on it? So okay, what kind of?
Your Honor, I'm gonna recommend the removal of the tether, because what I did notice and what I did see, and I'm very, very pleased about this, is that there was some, I'm gonna say, some resistance to going into transitional housing. However, Mr. Pollard has acclimated to transitional housing. I've spoken with his counselor over there. They don't seem to be having any issues with him over there. I see they want to give him more responsibilities. Being aware, though, that, and I just want to correct for the record, he received a alcohol tether when he first came in, and there was some complications getting that installed. But it was changed because the GPS tether at the time was more appropriate for his condition. So I will recommend that he have the GPS tether removed, and that he be allowed to have go ahead and continue the program at this time without that.
Okay. All right. Any objection from the attorneys?
No, Your Honor.
No objections, Judge.
Hold on. Are they going to be in separate email? That's the only way it can be done. Hold on one second. What if you copy the back page and then run them together? I will see. So if there's no objection, Mr. Pollard, are you ready for that tether to come off?
Yes, and I still have couple more things to state.
Okay, I know, but we're taking one at a time.
Okay.
You ready for the tether to come off? And can I count on you to stay in services and do the things that you're supposed to do?
Yes.
All right, then Ms. Cleveland, you can arrange to remove the tether. Okay, all right, what else, Mr. Pollard?
When I've been, every time I speak to you, it's a lot of things that I really don't get across. Like we talk about how I'm anxious to get out of here. Like I receive certificates for completion of my treatment, and we don't speak on it. I also have a certificate for a health class, educational class that I completed while I was here. And we also have positive rewards that were passed out to me through the time that I was here. One of them says Seneca Pollard, client is actually effectively working towards his goals. He is a positive. He is putting forth positive effort to show his commitment to change. And I have another one. This is not my writing. This is what the counselors write for me. For Seneca Pollard, client is working hard daily.
Mhm.
To be in compliance with rules and regulations. I also have these keychains right here that I received for clean time. There's no alcohol.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think it counts for something. And
Yes, it counts for everything. You're working your
I just want
program.
to show because it's like I'm told that I'm spending all my time when I'm going to get out. I think that's a natural thing to want to know.
But I think that Mr. Pollard, I think your focus is wrong. Your focus is on when am I going to get out? Let's focus on, because you're doing some great work on continuing the work that you're doing. Because I ended up getting the information from the provider, and I'm following their recommendations. So just put your focus on all of these wonderful things that you're doing. Continue to focus on getting everything that you need, so that when they do recommend that you be released, and it is to a suitable environment, that you stay released. Okay, I'm almost certain you're almost there. Now I can't speak as the provider, but I'm saying based on the information that I've received so far. And so I just want to make sure your focus is not on, okay, when do I get out? When do I get out? Because that's going to be alarming to people. It's going to be alarming to people.
Right. That's why I wanted that's why I wanted to show the credentials, because like I have paperwork showing it's stating that I left the treatment. I started recovery. It say I started that on the 7th of July, which is not true. I completed the treatment program on the 29th of June, and the court was in Texas for a convention, and I had stayed in treatment an extra week.
We got the information. We did, because we still worked even though we were there.
Right. Well, so I know, but on paper, they putting that I started the 120 days on the 7th. To me, every day is important. And I think that those 8 days that I was still in treatment should count towards the recovery, because I just had to
Mr. Pollard, that's the thing. Your focus is wrong. We're not counting days. We're counting progress.
Right.
And so I understand, and you can if you need them to change something on a certificate, then have them change it. But I'm not counting days, sir. I'm counting progress. And that progress as evaluated by the provider, not by you, not by me, not by Ms. Cleveland.
The progress in this, if I'm not mistaken, this recovery is me being able to get a job and get me a place, correct? Stuff like that, right?
No, at the appropriate time. No, sir. That's why you need to, instead of focusing in on getting out, you need to connect more with your service provider so that they can explain to you the different phases of recovery and where you are based on your situation, not everybody else's. Right. So no, sir, you're incorrect.
Okay. Also, I would like to ask, I was in the county clean for close to 2 months before I even started my 60 days that I spent in treatment. They say when you get over here, you got to do an additional 30 days before you able to start looking for a job. And that's why I was showing you my key change. Since I have the clean time, I was wondering, did I still have to wait the 30 days before I'm able to go get a job? Because
you have to follow the protocol. Mr. Pollard, you have to follow the protocol of the provider, okay? Right. So ask that question, because listen, you may have had 60 days at the county because you were locked up and you didn't have access. They may start their count in a different place. So speak with the provider and find out from them. I can't change their rules, and I won't change their rules, okay?
That's fine. I'm getting ready to get evicted. I have to go to court at the 31st district. I'm getting ready to get evicted from the house that I was living at because I haven't been able to be there with help pay my bills that I have.
But Mr. Pollard, I think you told us before that you were living with family and you didn't even have a job.
I didn't say I was living with family. My case manager stated that.
And
I
that's because,
stated that I have.
Hold on, Mr. Pollard. You can never talk over me. I'm so sorry.
I didn't mean to.
But did you get? Okay, so hold on a second, Miss Cleveland.
thank you, Your Honor. So a lot of these issues that he's bringing up, we have had a discussion. Just briefly for the record, when I talked to him about the time frame for that week that he's speaking of, I also informed him that his insurance provider tracks very closely the time that he spends in there. They're not going to pay for things that are not allotted for him. So in other words,
Mr. Pollard, put that down while she's talking. That's rude. Quit it. Go ahead,
in other
Ms.
words,
Cleveland.
thank you, Your Honor. In other words, what that means is you're not going to have an extension of 7 days where they're going to force you to do something. They're going to inform you and alert you as the insurance companies cover your stay there and what's going to happen and how it's going to manifest for you going forward. I explained that to him. That he should not be concerned about those 7 days at this point. The other thing is you did specifically state to me that your family, your mother, lived at the home, the residence that you were going. You also stated explicitly to me that you are named on the lease with your family members. So that's something that we had discussed in our face-to-faces. And also, I believe you made the record of that as well. Your Honor, the other thing is I am very appreciative of him wanting to present all the wonderful good deeds that he's doing.
Yes, because he's doing some great things.
Yes, he has, and I would even like to recommend a court incentive for him. But sometimes I believe when I talk to him, and he's not hearing what he wants to hear. He wants to hear something to affirm something that he believes in his thoughts that should be happening for him. But when it's not what he exactly wants to hear, then it becomes a much more, I'm going to call it assertive conversation, a much more advocating conversation, which I get, you want to make sure your rights are served. But I think at this point, we are doing what you are supposed to have happen for you at this point.
All right. And so, Ms. Cleveland, have you had any, well, we've only been back a couple of weeks. And so here's what I'm going to propose. I'm going to propose that, Ms. Cleveland, you meet with the provider. Mr. Pollard meets with one of the attorneys, and then find out where he is and what the recommendation is. Because, Mr. Pollard, every hearing, I'm not going to spend 15 to 20 minutes. I want to hear about all the good things you're doing, but trying to explain and justify what the provider has deemed necessary and what they have recommended. I'm not going to do that. That is something, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, we should be talking about in staffing, and Ms. Cleveland should be given the opportunity to get that information and discuss it with us in staffing. So, Mr. Pollard, that's what I'm going to propose today, because we're not going to fix this morning. It's not going to be fixed this morning, okay? So I want to get from the provider what's going on, where he is, what's next for him. And I want their recommendation, not what Mr. Pollard wants to do. Because if what Mr. Pollard wants to do worked, Mr. Pollard wouldn't be in our court. He just wouldn't be. We would have never met Mr. Pollard. Never. And probably in a million years. So we're going to work what the professionals tell us is going to work. Okay? Any questions for me?
Yes. Like I was saying, I do have court on the 2nd of August because it look like I'm gonna be getting evicted. My name is on the lease, so that's important to me because I'm in a place. I'm sorry. I'm
I
in a
said,
place,
absolutely.
yeah, I'm in a place where it's, got a lot of people that come off the streets here, and they don't have a place to live, and it's sad because of the situation I'm in. When I was not homeless when I came into the program. The bills and stuff was able to get paid and held for so long. Now it's getting hard that I'm not there. And as far as for my me having a check stub coming in, I do landscaping, I do carpentry, I do work. I actually, and it wasn't several years ago when I was in the drug program. I was 39 when I started it, before I absconded, and I was working at a company called Tompkins. I had just got the job, and I didn't want to go in and do the 30 days in rehab. That's what happened, because I started out doing my drug court from home. So I was just hoping that I could continue to do my drug court from home instead of from in here. Yeah, that's my only concern. I follow the rules. I do what it is that I'm told and need to do while I'm here, and I feel I'm ready to go to the next level. And I want to do it the right way, because I want to get my license. I'm 42. I don't want to be trying to do this all over again at 52. So I got to do what I have to do, and I'm doing it. I'm following the rules. I'm rolling with it. So I'm just hoping to get some help on my end, because it's looking like I will be homeless by the time I get up out this place, because I don't have the information knowing how long. I don't even know what to tell the judge at court, because I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. But I know I should be able to have the freedom of the information to know how long it is that I'm gonna be here till I can know when to look for a job, because I had a couple job offers. One was at Chrysler, and I can't explain when I'm gonna even be able to start.
Mr. Pollard, you're going on and on and on.
Because it hurts.
And what I have said to you is that your focus has to be doing the work. Sir, you have the wrong focus. And the reality is, you can get 10 jobs at Chrysler. If you have not focused in on what brought you into this criminal proceeding, then you're not gonna have that job for long, all 10 of them. You're not gonna have it. So what I propose is that Ms. Cleveland talks to the provider, and I'm going to follow the recommendation of the provider. That's the bottom line.
Okay, thank
Mr.
you.
Reed, Mr. Fikens, I would like Mr. Pollard, get yourself together now, because you can't do me like you do Ms. Cleveland.
I'm not.
No, you don't. Hold on. You don't get to tell me bye. I get to tell you when court is over.
I was holding my heart.
So Mr. Reed or Mr. Fikens, one of you should go in the breakout room with him, because he may have some issues that he needs where he. Good morning. Let me just call. 1 second.
In class, and you sometimes check out. They don't check out. Don't participate. I participate every day. I participate. I'm not disrupting. No, I'm not disrupting. I don't even know the issues, no situation. I have to situation like every guy.
All right, so Mr. Pollard, I'm gonna have you go into a breakout room with one of the attorneys. Ms. Cleveland, I'd like you to bring this matter to staffing on this afternoon so we can talk about, if you can get a response from the provider today, okay? And then, Mr. Pollard, I want you to go in a breakout room with your attorney because I want to make sure we address all of your concerns, okay? But I also want you to address my concern. I want you to focus on getting the help that you need so that when you leave there, you never ever have to go back. You never have to go through this process again, okay?
Yes.
So, all right, very good. Yes, Ms. Cleveland?
Your Honor, and I just want to mention while Mr. Pollard is in the courtroom with us, that I am recommending several incentives for him. The removal of the GPS tether is
Yes.
it is a reward for doing what you're doing. An incentive,
Yes.
a small gesture, an initial incentive from the court to show you that we recognize that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I believe we're honestly all in the same place on your path of recovery. We just don't want to rush it. We're trying to make sure you take the incremental steps you need. That way it stays and sticks. So you don't have to be in there for a longer time than you need to. I just wanted to say that, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Judge, I'll go in the breakout room with Mr. Pollard. I want to congratulate him though on a good report today.
Yes.
And all the good work that you've done, your certificates
Yes.
and your achievement and your clean time. That's all important. Specialty court doesn't last forever. You're on a great path now and you're moving on. But we need to talk about how rapidly that's moving and answer any concerns you might have. So I'll go into a breakout room with him, Judge.
All right, Mr. Fikens?
And Judge, I'd like to kind of reiterate what Mr. Reed has said. Mr. Pollard, you're doing a great job. Keep it up, sir. And I know you want to follow the rules and I know you want to do the right thing. And that's a good approach that you have to this. So keep it up and we'll try to work out the details of it. Okay. So proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. And Mr. Pollard, I know I'm fussing just a little bit this morning, but I hope you heard me when you were showing me all of your accolades and all the things that you're doing. And you're doing the work. You are really doing the work. I think that you are. I want you to know I'm proud of you and that you're doing a great job. And that's really where I want your focus to be. Because if you continue to do the work, sir, you are going to be able to go back into the community and you're going to be able to stay in the community and you're going to be able to function in the community. So give us an opportunity to get that recommendation or to find out what the provider is saying, not what you want, but what they're saying is best for you. And that's why you're still there, because when you raised that issue a couple of weeks ago, I had Ms. Cleveland reach out. They did, and they indicated that you needed to go to recovery housing. Okay? And that's why you're there. And because I'm following their recommendation. All right?
Okay.
All right, give us that opportunity. We want to make good moves for you. I'm going to see you again August 7th, 2023. And that is going to be at 8:35 a.m. That doesn't mean that we won't be working on your matter, okay?
Okay.
That just means that I'm going to see you then, okay?
Okay. Okay, good.
All right. All right, you good?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
All right. All right, take care.
Go in
Okay.
that breakout room.
Oh, the breakout room. Don't go anywhere. Wait a minute. Let's do the breakout room for them.
I have the invitation. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. I knew that was going to happen. All right, are we ready on Mr. Staples?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, excellent. All right, Mr. Staples, I have for you case number 210-452-2101. Mr. Staples, state your full name for me.
Tremaine Staples.
Good morning to you, Mr. Staples. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Judge Holmes. I'm better than I was before.
You better than you were before?
Yeah,
You sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
All right, very good. I had an opportunity to staff your case. That was on Friday. How'd you do this weekend?
Pretty good. I mean, I missed my jams yesterday, but I dropped here at Lake Ridge. Well, I woke up late. See, I've been trying to work. It's just been, it's been a spiral of, oh, I just been trying to hold it together.
What's going on with work?
I'm overworked and underpaid.
Okay, well, that's all of our stories, sir. But we still have to show up and give up. Look, the prosecutor shaking her head. Yeah, that's all of our stories. We are overworked and underpaid, but we get up and we give it 110% every day.
Yeah.
And you have to have the good attitude to coincide with that, right? That's what the struggle is, right? The good attitude part.
Yeah. I guess it's like they say, it pays off in the end, you know.
Right.
Frank
So
Douglas
come on,
once
Mr.
quoted without
Staples.
struggle ain't no progress.
So come on, Mr. Staples.
Your Honor, may I, I'm breaking in, but I wanted to mention to you, I was the APA that referred Mr. Staples, and the difference I'm seeing in him, I'm so overjoyed. He is a different person. He's smiling and his life sounds like it's just changed so much by being with you, Judge. And excuse me for interrupting you.
No, I appreciate it. Mr. Staples needed to hear that this morning. Did you hear that, Mr. Staples? Yeah.
Just to see his handsome smile. I mean, he was such an angry person. He's just a different person. You changed his life, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Staples. Yes, and you have it absolutely right. He was such an angry person, and he's such a good person, and he's working really, really hard. And I thank you, APA Cole, because sometimes our folks just need that push. And Mr. Staples is kind of at that crossroad where things are hard, and he's thinking about, do I go back left, or do I continue on this good path that I'm on? And APA Cole, you may have made that difference this morning to keep him on that good path, because he is really at a crossroad. And I want him to stay on the path, the good path that he's been on. Right, Mr. Staples?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I have your commitment to do that?
Yes, you do.
All right. So listen, I want you to make sure with respect to how are they treating you at the provider?
Well, they get in my behind, but it's mainly because of me. But they treat me like family.
All right, and you know that the Williams, they care about you, right?
Yeah,
Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
I know he cares about you too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And when they know that you can do better, they expect you to do better, right?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I'm giving it 120%. So definitely, definitely. I'm just not trying to fall off of my square that I've been on. You know, everything been turning around in my life. I'm outside. They have a group where I was at. So I managed to see my son this weekend. And it seemed like he was very happy to see me. So that's even more motivation for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. So keep it together, Mr. Staples, so you can continue to see your son, because that's awesome. Yes, and he needs to see his father making some good decisions, some good moves, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Staples, did you have any questions or concerns that you needed to raise with the team on this morning?
Just you know, like I said, I'll be it's kind of like I'm not complaining. I mean, it's not the best environment, you know. It's like just little minor issues, like with the building. I want to say I don't want to say it feel like the basement at Lake Ridge is a trap house, but you know, I be having trouble sleeping when I get off work. I don't complain about it because, like I said, I put myself in a situation. Like it's just the building, you would have to see it for yourself. Like the bathroom, like I literally feel like I had to take a bird bath. But other than that, I'm rolling with the punches.
All right, Miss Cleveland, well, we don't want you to just roll with the punches. I'd like for you to bring those concerns to Mr. Williams' attention, okay?
Okay.
And let's
will.
give us an opportunity to address them, okay?
I will.
Well, I will
All
too, Your
right.
Honor. I know you
All right.
want me to talk to him as well.
Yes. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Staples, Miss Cleveland, he's in compliance, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. He mentioned today that he missed yesterday. I checked the screens and he did. They did report it this morning that he had but he said that, I think I heard him say as well that you did test at Lake Ridge yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, so I will ask them for the results.
Okay.
All right, but if he's going out and about unsupervised, he has to test with one of our third-party providers.
Yes, he has been
Okay.
testing, Your Honor. I see that he just missed yesterday. So he's compliant with his tests, other than that.
Yesterday, all right, very good. All right, Mr. Staples is in phase, what phase?
3, Your Honor. He started our
All
program
right.
in September 2020. I'm sorry, September 1st, 2022. So he's not quite at a year yet.
All right, so Mr. Staples, you are going to have a face-to-face with Ms. Cleveland on August 7th, 2023, and we'll schedule that at 1:30 p.m., okay?
1:30 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm marking it in my calendar right now.
All right, awesome. All right, anything from any of the other team members asked to Mr. Staples? If not, I'm going to release him. All right, Mr. Staples, you are in good shape. Continue the good work that you're doing. Stay focused, show up with a good attitude. You see the difference in your life. Others see it as well, and it's good to change. So keep going, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good to see you, sir. Take care.
Good to see you too, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, I'm going to call Ali Mohammed Al-Muleki. I have case number X 424-2231 for the defendant. Excuse me. Oh, for the people. I'm sorry, for the people.
Paul Cole on behalf of the people.
Mark
Thank
Azeki,
you.
46289 on behalf of the defendant. Please get some water, Your Honor.
I know it's a little hot in here, just a little steamy. All right, good morning to both of you. Today is the date scheduled for formal hearing. How are the parties proceeding?
Your Honor, I didn't know, I have not seen Sergeant Dan Martin, and I'm quite surprised. He's usually not someone that doesn't show up, but he is not present at this time. So I cannot move forward on this matter.
We move to dismiss, Your Honor.
Thank you. I am granting your motion to dismiss. I'll dismiss it without prejudice. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor, not from the people.
Just glad that
All
they
right,
gave you
thank
a glass
you.
of water.
I'm sorry. Yo,
Glad
they
gave you a glass
did.
of water.
They did. Thank you,
Have
counsel.
much
And
more.
thank you, APA Call. Thank you so much for chiming in this morning. That young man really needed that this morning. I just want you to know that.
I'm telling you though,
Yeah.
Judge, I really, the difference, I'm impressed. It made my morning, my day. See the difference. That was
Yes.
the angriest. And the fact that he was committed really made my day. But I do need to speak with Attorney Alaso on Ali Awada, if the court wouldn't mind putting us in a breakout room.
Yes, please, by all means. You're
Miss
up, put them in the
Mack.
breakout
Thank you.
room. Oh, they have this
Thank you so
schedule at
much.
8:35. I missed that. Okay, very good. All right. I have one person, Miss Colton. I'm gonna ask you to start your video as long as your face is in the camera. I turned it off. You're at your closet. You know, we be all in your business and checking your stuff out. You don't want us in your business like that, so I turned off your camera. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you. All right, let me place your case number, you're so funny, on the record. Case number ZA084301. State your full name for me.
Shaquita Colton.
All right, good morning, Miss Colton. How are you this morning?
Better. I'm better.
You're better? That means that something wasn't right. What was going on?
You know, I had the alcohol and the marijuana problem.
I know. And are you saying you had a relapse?
No, I just said I'm better after I went to the detox.
Oh, that's what you're saying. I got it now. My apologies. I did not understand you. And so you went to detox and you're saying you're better now.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. How are you feeling physically?
It's it's better because I went to the detox. But I start my I go to the Detroit Project Recovery tomorrow.
All right. So you're gonna start tomorrow?
Yeah, but they told me to be there Tuesday at 8:30.
All right, very good. And I can count on you to go, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Did you learn anything about yourself or about the process that you're in since the last time I've seen you?
Yes.
Can you share?
Well, I learned that I got to stop playing with my life, you know, because I'm 43 years old and I just got to go and get this over with because, I mean,
Okay.
I got to save my life pretty much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so I hope that in spending that time, just getting all of that stuff out of your system, that you're now ready to do the work. Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Who's in your corner cheering for you when you're not here at court? Who's cheering for you? Who's telling you, come on, girl, you got to do this. You're doing a good job.
Nobody.
Nobody? So you haven't shared with your family or anyone that you're going through this process?
No, because my family drinks and smokes and do everything they supposed to not do anyway.
Okay. All right. So you're going to have to be the light and the one that, you know, changes the standards, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want you to know that we're here for you. You're going to go to Detroit Recovery Project, and you are also going to get a great support system there. And so I just want you to know we're cheering for you. You can do this. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, especially when your family and people around you are doing things that you can't do, but you can do it. Okay? You can do it. It's going to take some work, but you can do it. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do.
All right. What do you need us to do to help you? Go ahead.
You say, what do I need for you to do to help me?
Yes, ma'am. What can we do?
Nothing. I pretty much I need to do this myself, kind of. Like I said, I gotta pretty much put my big girl panties on and call it a day, because this here ain't gonna work out for me. I should have been a lot better than this, but I started drinking at 26 and it just took off from there.
Yeah.
It just really took off from there. I don't really know what happened. I couldn't even stand the smell of alcohol when I was younger, but I ended up starting drinking. So that's my only issue. I just take care of my grandfather and My youngest son just turned 18, so at least he'll be off my back a little bit. But he don't really bother me. He don't ask for nothing much or anything like that. So I got good kids. But they not my support system because I'm their support system.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. All right, well, just know that we are going to serve as your support system, and we're here to cheer you on. We're here to help you, so ask your questions. If you have issues, raise them. Make sure we know so we can address them. Give us an opportunity to address them. And I just want to encourage you to work hard. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Now, Mr. Yancey, I like him.
Yes, yes. I like Mr. Yancey too.
She is the only one.
Mr. Yancey, I don't think I've ever heard any of your clients say, I like Mr. Yancey. I like him too. I think everybody likes Mr. Yancey. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he ain't about no games. So I know how not to. He's not about no games. If you straightforward with him, he's a good guy.
All right, Mr. Yancey. Yes. All right. Let me hear what Mr. Yancey has to say about you. Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Ms. Colton, she took some really big steps that she knew she had to take, but she was really apprehensive about it. So she did go to Share House, and she gave it all she had there to get a good start. I got an incredibly good report, and we made sure before she left she had an agency to go to. So we set that up, so she has an appointment tomorrow like she stated. So we're just going to be her support system, and we definitely can do that. Between myself and you, these great attorneys that we have, my co-workers that are case managers, we'll fill the gap up for Ms. Colton. So we just applaud her for what she's doing. It's very difficult. She's in phase 1. She hasn't been with us a whole month yet, Your Honor. So she's doing well.
She's working it.
She's working it, and we're going to help her work it. And she's going to be a really success story for herself and for everybody around her. So we're ready to help her, and she's ready to help herself. So I like Ms. Colton too, because she doesn't mind doing some hard work. If you don't mind doing some hard work, this is a program.
Yes. All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, anything as to Ms. Colton?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Ms. Colton, good to see you. I talked to you, I believe, with the intake. We went over the court's order. You said you could do it. You're new to the program. I appreciate your attitude. You have a great attitude, and you're not alone. You have the team behind you, and you have Mr. Yancey in your corner, and he knows what he's doing. Keep up the good work. We're here for you. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
And if I could add, Your Honor, Ms. Colton, you've made some important decisions. That's obvious by your comments here today, that are going to be life-changing for you as you desire to have. Keep up the great work, ma'am. You're doing a great job. I know you're new to the program, but as your support system, I can tell you, you are doing a good job. Keep up the good work. We're proud of you, and we're here for you. We might not look like a real support group, but we're here for you, and we'll do the best we can.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we are. All right, Ms. Colton. Do you have any questions for the team today?
No, I do not.
All right, then your next court date is going to be August 7th, 2023. And that will be at 8:35 a.m. I'm sorry, 8:45 a.m. But you will be talking with Mr. Yancey before that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. Good to see you, Miss Colton. Take good care of yourself and keep up the great work that you're doing, okay?
Thank you, sir. And thank you, man. Look, y'all are talking to me. All right. Thank you. I'll see you August 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
All
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. Ms. Cole, are you already on the other?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to call those matters right now. I have case number.
The officer is not out though. I don't see the officer.
They are here. I'm moving them.
They're here. She's gonna move them. She'll move them.
Thank you, Judge.
No problem. I have case number SP 1468518, counts 1 and 2 for the people. Ms. Cole, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I'm moving to another room. I'm having some issues. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay, good. Sorry.
Can you place your appearance on the record for me?
Paula Cole on behalf of the people.
Thank you. And for defendant?
Good morning, Your Honor. Lawrence LSL 71355 on behalf of Ali Awada requesting the waive his appearance.
Thank you. And your request is granted. And I know that there is an officer here. I just don't know. Have you put him back in the main courtroom?
Yes, he's in, or they are in the main courtroom.
Oh, there he is. All right. Thank you. Put on your camera. Tell me your name and your badge number.
Yes, ma'am. Police Officer Christopher Masalskis, badge number 4044.
Thank you and good morning to you.
Good morning,
All
ma'am.
right. Today is the date and time scheduled for formal hearing. How are the parties proceeding?
Your Honor, the three of us had a chance to discuss this matter, and the officer and attorney Lasso and I agreed that this is a 2-count ticket. We're going to dismiss one of the counts, and the second one will be amended to blockading. Is that correct, attorney?
Yes, it is. Yeah. A would be dismissed and B would be amended to blockading. Yes.
All right, very good. And so, counsel, you have the authority to enter a plea of responsible on behalf of your client, indicating that on June 20th, 2023, while in the city of Detroit, that your client did disregard a signal red or amber. Is that correct?
Yes, I do have authority to enter a responsible plea to that, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll accept that plea. I'm amending the charge to blockading traffic. I'm assessing the fine at $175. The remaining matter will be dismissed without prejudice upon payment of that fine. When can your client get it paid?
If he could have 2 weeks, please, Your Honor.
Yes, absolutely. And so I'll schedule this for a review. I'll schedule it on August 7th, 2023. And that review is scheduled at 10:30 a.m. As long as your client gets it paid, no one has to appear. If your client fails to get it paid, then they do have to appear. I don't need the officer or the attorney, but the client needs to appear. Otherwise, a default judgment will go in. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you. Be safe, officer.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And you as well.
Thank you. All right. This back to you. And then officer, you are released. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Enjoy
ma'am.
your day and be safe.
All right. You too.
Thank you. Give me just 1 second. I need to sign off on something. Just Mac for those on X. Yes.
Gotcha. I reset those emails the right way.
What email?
The one that you asked me to do your paperwork for? Those two pages.
The back and forth. That's what I was thanking you for.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about something else. Okay.
No, no, no.
No problem. Got it. I'm there.
Got it. I'm like, wait a minute, what did I just send off?
Oh, no. This one says, intake, I'll be back.
All right, and I have signed off on these. All right, we have a couple of people that are in the courtroom. Let's go to. Are you already on Derek Williams?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did he need to go in a breakout room?
No, Your Honor. I asked if he would be allowed to come in person. Just as a reminder, I think we received some information during staffing. I don't know if he wants to go into the breakout room with the attorneys regarding that. It had to do with living at Lake Ridge. So and conditions.
So why don't you all go in the breakout room so we don't put it on, yeah.
Okay.
Did you want to go in the breakout room with the attorney and Mr. Williams?
Yes, I have no issue with doing that. I have another person in person as well. That's Miss Landrum.
Okay, Miss Landrum?
Yes.
All right, and does Miss Landrum, good morning, Miss Landrum. Good morning in the courtroom in general. Good morning. Does Miss Landrum need to go in the breakout room as well?
No, Your Honor, she did not. She doesn't, her technology was not working, so we were putting her over until today. So that's why she's appearing in person, because the Zoom, she was having some issues with her Zoom.
Okay, so she doesn't need to go in the breakout room, so we're gonna do Miss Landrum. Miss Mack, I think, is setting up the conference room right now.
Mr. Williams in there first.
You let Mr. Williams go in first, and then we'll send we'll send the intake in, and that way we can keep moving. All right.
Miss Landrum is doing well, so I have nothing but positive.
Come on, Miss Landrum. Let's do it. I'm gonna call Miss Landrum. Give me 2 seconds. You can come on to the podium.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you? All right, let's do it. I have for Miss Landrum, case number 210-453-5001. Miss Landrum, state your full name for me. All right, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. I was wondering if everything was okay with you. You had some problems with your technology?
Yes.
All right, so that means you're gonna have to come in.
Yes.
Until you can get it back.
Yes.
How are you doing, Miss Landrum?
I'm doing great.
You are? Tell me what that means to you, that you're doing great.
That means I'm great. I'm doing meetings. I'm just doing the right thing. I'm not staying out of trouble. I'm not around nobody I'm not supposed to be to. Saturday was my birthday.
Happy belated birthday! Yeah!
My cousin was celebrating 15 years of sobriety. Just bought her a brand new house in Easter. So went over there and watched TV with her and, just.
So you had a birthday and celebrated with somebody that's been sober for 15 years?
Yeah, my cousin just bought her a new house. I'm so proud of her too. I say, oh, this way I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be here.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm sure sobriety had everything to do with her being able to get a house. Yes?
Yes.
Amazing. So that lets me know you can do some great things too.
Oh, yeah, I said that at the graduation. I said that when they was the graduation, I said, oh, that's gonna be.
Yes, ma'am. That's
So
gonna be
that's gonna
you.
me.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm doing all right. I'm doing meetings online. I'm trying to, I called the Detroit Recovery Project. So they told me they was gonna give me a call back within 24 hours. That was Friday. They didn't. So when I go home, I'm gonna get on that and see, because I need a new therapist, because we're not doing it with the pop off anymore.
Right.
So that's my goal for today, to get in touch with them, because I already did the intake. They was just trying to get me in touch with a therapist, so they see somebody will call me back, and they didn't. So that's my thing for today. And I also need to know the date of this picnic.
August 17th.
August 17th.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. August 17th. And you can bring your family.
Okay.
It's a family reunification picnic and the kids will get school supplies.
Okay.
How about that?
That's right. Yeah, I've been, going to, doing a lot of activities with my daughters and the kids. We done went to the beach, that kind of stuff, to the zoo, water parks, that kind of stuff. I ain't getting on all of that stuff, but yeah, I'm just enjoying doing those things with them.
Yes, and that's a good thing. So bring them out on the 17th.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, see what you can do. All right, are you having any issues or concerns that you need the team to address?
No, all I need to know is what I need to do for phase 2.
Okay.
And I got it, when I called Miss Green, she is not answering. Does she have an office in here, around here? I could go up and see
Yes,
her?
ma'am. Miss Cleveland, let's make that happen. We
Yes.
need somebody to answer when they're calling to do that community service.
Yes, Your Honor. Because she's in phase 2. Miss Landrum is now. We had a discussion, Miss Landrum and I, about what we talked about in staffing. She said she can do community service if it's, not intrusive on her medical conditions, and that she's willing to do community service as well, Your Honor. So we wanted to get that started.
I used to do, I just used to volunteer the year before last over at Crossroads every Sunday when they give out the food to the homeless people.
Yeah.
I did that for a whole year over at Crossroads a year before last.
Look at you. So you can do it.
Yeah.
All right. So get with Miss Green today. And if Miss Green is not here, then whoever her backup person is should be able to get Miss Landrum set up today.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What else you want to tell me?
I'm loving this.
You loving it?
I'm loving this.
I'm glad you
And I
loving it.
feel good.
You do, and you look good.
Thank you.
You don't look like the same Miss Landrum that started with us.
I had eyelashes on, but they Brenda slapped this one off, so I had to take the other one off. So I said,
Ma'am.
I was looking too cute. That
That grandbaby said, "I'll show you. You ain't gonna be looking that cute today." Oh my goodness, Miss Landrum.
Yes.
Well, you still look beautiful.
Thank you.
And you look healthy. You do. You look healthy. So I want you to keep doing the work that you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gaining a little weight too. I've been trying to gain weight for the last 5 years since my husband passed away. It is coming little by little. I'm just still having an issue with this cardio, walking and stuff. That's what took me so long to get here, because I had to walk and I had to really stop a couple of times and sit down and take my time. So, but I made it.
Yes. Yes. Well, keep doing what you're doing. It looks good on you.
Thank you.
All right. Anything from any of the other team members as to Miss Landrum? Miss Cleveland, you said she's in compliance, so nothing additional, right?
No, Your Honor, she's in full compliance.
And I gotta go drop today, so that I can go do that.
You can do that here, and you can get it all over before you leave.
Oh, okay.
She can drop here, Miss Cleveland, so
Yes,
she won't
sure.
have to go to another facility. Yes, ma'am. We have an in-house lab.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's open every time the court is open, just not on weekends or holidays.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, Mr. Fikens.
Just wanted to say a couple of things, Ms. Landrum. It's great to hear what you're doing. We're proud of you for that. You talked about Crossroads. That's an organization very close to me. I'm the soup kitchen manager there, so we probably ran into each
Yes,
other.
Sister Liz. I used to be with with Sister Liz, but she's not there anymore. She retired.
No, that's right. That's right. So, yeah, if I can help you do community service over there. Maybe that's something we can work out too. I'd sure like to see you back there because we could use your help. And
I would appreciate
but I'm
that.
sure thankful of all the time you spent there before, Miss Landrum. So thank you.
There you go. All right. Ms. Landrum, if you don't have any questions, your next date is going to be July 31st, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. with Ms. Cleveland.
Okay.
Okay? And then we'll go from there.
Okay. Now, how do I find out about Miss Green?
All right, Ms. Cleveland, you wanted to come up and see you on the 3rd floor?
Yes, because she's gonna go. I'll meet her at the testing lab.
Okay. Do you know where the testing lab is? You here in this
Yes,
building?
I
Okay.
do.
Well, you better than me. I don't know.
Yes,
All
I
right,
do.
very good.
Right across from Judge Bryant's office.
Oh, that's a good place to have it. All
I
right.
talked to her at the picnic. Wait, I just want to say one thing. I talked to her at that picnic.
At the graduation?
At the graduation. I said, Judge Bryant, when I got in this program, I did not like you one bit. I said, I called you every kind of name you could think of. I said, because I was so bad. I told her you had me crying on Zoe. I said, and every time I would have to go drop and your baby would come out, I would ask him, is you still in there working for that track? And she said, oh. I said, amongst other things. I said, but I am so happy. She said, you know what? I am happy for you. She said, and I do that to make you do better. Now come here and give me a hug.
That's right.
So we are hugging on now. So that was all. It was all right.
That was you. She told me about somebody who said, asked her officer, do you still work for that dragon? I said, no, nobody said called you a dragon. That was you.
And there was another guy standing right behind her. He said, well, I wanted to tell you the same thing, but she said it all.
Yes, she is a huge supporter of specialty court. And when she sees something in people and know that, listen, they need help as opposed to jail, she will send them to us. And so we certainly appreciate Judge Bryant's, her sharp eye and her initiative to make sure everybody gets a chance to get the help that they need.
Because she just can't take some coke and dragon.
Yeah, but she's a wonderful person with a good heart, so.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right.
July 31st, 1:30, Ms. Cleveland.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm on my way upstairs.
All right,
Thank
all
you,
right.
Your Honor. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Good to see you. All right. I need to place on the record for Todd McCray. I have the following matters for him. So Ms. Mack, we'll hold off until tomorrow on that assignment.
Yes.
I have the following. I have 20060599101. SP 105228891, SP 1159391, SP 117175881, SP 126954771, SP 127753661, SP 132154771, and SP 1322031. This is for Todd McCray. Mr. Fikens, Attorney Fikens, Mr. Griffin did inform this court on this morning that Mr. McCray last week, he missed his scheduled court date. Mr. Griffin asked for the courtesy of, instead of issuing a warrant, that he be allowed to do a check-in on him and make sure this wasn't just a fluke. And so, Mr. Griffin, I'm gonna have you make the record at this time.
Yeah, Your Honor, I have been trying to get in touch with Mr. McCray. He wasn't returning any of my calls or anything. So I went by, did a home call on Friday, left a letter instructing him to report today in person at 8:45. He did contact me on Saturday, informing me that he had another court date at 16th Circuit Court in Macomb on some new charges. So when I got in today, I ran a lien and saw that he picked up several charges in Macomb County that haven't been adjudicated yet. And also I was brought to the court attention that Mr. McCray was stating that he was attending treatment at Detroit Recovery Project, and he wasn't. So he was lying in the courtroom saying that he was going to group meetings and things like that. So me and Ms. Price was able to verify that he only went for his initial intake. So I would like to adjourn this matter until tomorrow to have Mr. McCray to come in person.
All right, Mr. Fikens, any objection?
No objection, Judge, and I presume we'll be taking that up in staff meeting this afternoon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's put Mr. McCray on my docket for tomorrow. I am adjourning him to July 25th, 2023, and that will be at 8:45 a.m. And he is in person. He has been instructed to come in person. All right, very good. Thank you. I am now going to get some dates, well, just to make the best of our time. I'm going to get some dates very quickly. I have for Alvin Coles, case number Z8082811. Is Mr. Coles having any issues?
He's not, he's not, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Coles is in phase 3. Do I have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and so Mr. Coles, he will, wait a minute, I'm sorry. He is going to see me. I'm gonna have to move him August 7th, 2023, and that will be at 8:45 a.m. And I know I went out of date.
What was the date?
August 7th.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I have for Alfonso Davis. Seemed like Mr. Davis was just here the other day.
It was a check-in.
It was a check-in, and so Mr. Davis should be, I have case number 200-454-9001. I am going to give Mr. Davis, who is in phase 3 also, he will have a return court date of August 7th, 2023, and he's going to be at 8:35 a.m. He's with one of our providers. All right, I have Mr. Christopher Gritzinger, case number U620042221. Any issues? If no issues with Mr. Gritzinger, I am going to give him a return to court date of August 7th. Wait a minute, 1 second. Let me just make sure I gotta have that right. All right, August 7th, 2023, and that is going to be at 8:45 a.m.
An attorney to speak to the intake. I don't know who was going.
Mr. Williams first and then the intake.
Mr. Williams has already been in there.
Where is he?
I think he went to the restroom.
Okay,
Ms.
okay,
Hoffman is
yes.
in now, so
So who's gonna go and speak to the intake?
I'll do that, Judge.
All right, very good. Okay, I have for Crystalline Messer, U418-08717, case number Z8082891, and case number 1939993231. Ms. Messer is in phase 4. Her return to court date is going to be August 7th, 2023, and that will be at 8:45 a.m. I have for Angelica Rios, case number 200-445-1801. Ms. Rios is in phase 3, and her next court date will be August 7th, 2023 at 8:45 a.m. I have for Siobhan Rowe, case number SP1298290, counts 1 and 2, case number SP135-31341, and case number 220-575-5201. Ms. Rowe is in phase 2. Her return to court date will also be August 7th, 2023 at 8:45 a.m. Lastly, I have for Andre Jones, case number 213-0190. Mr. Jones is in phase 3, and his return to court date will be August 7th, 2023, and that will be at 8:45 a.m. All right, I am ready. I don't know if Ms. Cleveland joined us back again. Ms. Cleveland, whenever you're ready, I'm ready on Williams. I'm gonna use this time to turn up this fan.
Hello, Your Honor.
All right, you ready on Mr. Williams?
Yes, is he going into the breakout room
He's,
still?
he already went in the breakout room.
Okay, so I didn't get a, I didn't get
Oh, you didn't go in? Did you
or an
need to go in and
invitation.
break out with Mr. Williams, or do you need to come down and speak to him?
Well, I would prefer to go into a breakout room with him just momentarily, but I don't know if the attorneys can come, one attorney can come in with us.
He's already been in a breakout room with an attorney.
Oh,
He went in with Mr. Reed. Now
Okay.
the intake is in a breakout room.
Okay,
with
that's fine.
Mr. Fife.
If they talk to him, that's really okay because I have had conversations with him about this matter. So he should be okay.
All right,
Yeah.
then let's proceed. Go. Can we proceed, Mr. Williams? I meant Mr. Reed and Mr.
Yes,
Williams.
Judge. I did talk to
Yeah,
him in the
good.
breakout. Yes, Judge, I
Okay.
did talk to him in the breakout room. We talked about several things, and he wanted me to put on the record, Ms. Cleveland, he needs some bus tickets, and we talked
Okay.
about that.
Yes,
Thank
I will
you.
get
All
them
right.
to him. Yes, for sure.
Let's do it. I have case number Z8082461. Mr. Williams, state your full name for me, please.
Derek Williams.
All right, how are you this morning, Mr. Williams?
Great.
All right, what's going on with you? Why are you in my courtroom?
Sort of trying to figure out.
You can't figure it out. Well, who's gonna figure it out?
Figure out.
Oh, you came to figure it out? All right, how are things going at Lake Ridge? They're going pretty good. Are you still working?
No.
What's going on with work?
Lost the job. While back.
Okay, are you still looking?
Yes. Every day.
How's that going?
I've made a couple of progress. Basic progress.
I can't hear you. You gotta speak right in that mic. I have a fan blowing back here.
I'm trying to make good progress.
Okay. You're trying to make good progress. Have you gotten any recommendations from Ms. Cleveland through CEO? Or the job that you had before was with CEO?
Right. I called her a couple times.
I can't hear you.
I called a couple times. She was supposed to get back in touch with me to see our next step.
Who, Mrs. Cleveland?
No, as CEO.
As CEO, okay, because I was about to say Ms. Cleveland been on vacation. I ain't mad at her. All right. So you're waiting on a call back from CEO?
Yeah, but I was gonna call him back today.
All right, I need you to keep reaching out. You know how sometimes people tell us they're gonna call us back? Continue to reach out. And of course, Ms. Cleveland, if you can make some contact, because I know that working is very important to you, because as you know, there are expenses associated with being able to live, right? And you know, we can't live nowhere for free, right? All right, listen, I had my little cedar job when I was, I think, a senior in high school. And I worked in the summer, and I was working and thought I was gonna keep all my money because I needed to get my stuff for college, and I didn't want my mom to have to pay for anything for my stuff. And boy, my mother came in there and said, every time you get that check, I need my $50, and I want it in $10 bills on my dresser up under the angel. And the day that I have to ask for it, your bags will be outside. I thought she was the worst person in the whole wide world. And she meant it. She meant it. She knew that on Fridays, pay Fridays, we only worked a half a day. And when she came home from her job, she wanted her $50 sitting up under that angel on her dresser in $10 bills, and don't play with her. If I gotta ask for it, she's like, I don't have to ask you to eat my grocery. I don't have to ask you to sleep in my beds. I don't have to ask you to suck up my air conditioning. I don't have to ask you to walk on my carpet. She had a whole speech that I did not want to hear. But you know what it taught me? I can't live nowhere free, not even at my mama's house. Can't live free. So my mentality has always been, there is a cost associated for the space that I occupy, no matter where that space is, no matter where it is, there's a cost associated with it. So I know we've got to get you back to work, sir, because there's a cost associated with the space that you occupy, right? All right, and you understand that, right? All right, what else has been going on with you? So Ms. Cleveland, just let CEO know he's waiting.
Yes.
All right. What else is going on with you, Mr. Williams? Okay, and I see you smile these days. You know, when you first came to me, you didn't smile at all. Sir, I didn't even know you had teeth. I'm like, I don't know if you had teeth or what. And you are smiling. You look good. How are you feeling?
I feel good.
Okay, you've taken care of some things because you came to me with some things you needed to take care of. Have you started taking care of those things? The job, you followed through?
Nah,
It just healed on its own.
yeah, actually, they healed it. Dealing with.
All right, sir.
Wow.
Follow up, just follow up. I want you to be all healthy, okay? Yes? All right, Mr. Williams, I see you.
I thought about it. I still think about it to this day. Like I just still want to take care of it. But in the meantime, it's.
Well, especially while you're not working, follow up. Follow up, because you don't want any issues in the long run. And you know, as we get older, it's harder for our bodies to heal, right? So while you're young, sir, go ahead and follow up, okay? All right, very good. How are they treating you at Lake Ridge? They treat you, and they treat you fair. I love that about them. How are you treating them?
Same way they treat me.
All right, you treating them good and fair. What you saying? He really laughing, Miss Cleveland. I'm scared. What did you say, Mr. Williams? You get what you give. Most of the time. I'm scared. Now you need to tell me what that means in language. He's talking about you get what you give. You giving out good behavior, good interactions. You're being fair and kind, and so you're receiving the same thing. Is that what you're saying? I love it. All right, I still don't know. He still hasn't told me why he's here. So I'm gonna have to yield to Miss Cleveland. Miss Cleveland, what's going on with Mr. Williams?
Your Honor, I want to say that Mr. Williams, he is very good about calling me all the time. He does. He wants to check in. He wants to make sure that I'm aware of what's going on in his circumstances and things. But I want you to recall that Lake Ridge did come to staffing, and there were some things that were mentioned that possibly were talked with his attorney, Attorney Reed. I hope they were. I think they're of a more delicate nature, so it probably would be better if the two of them did have that conversation. I generally talk to him about certain things, and I also talked to Counselor Williams, and Counselor Williams was coming up with a plan to help make that a better situation over there for him. So it was my understanding last time I talked to Mr. Derek Williams is that he was on restriction as far as not going places too much while he was there and staying in his room. And that was kind of validated by my conversation with Counselor Williams. So the thing about it, and since he's not working, he can't afford to do the testing. He's in phase 4 though. He was working for a while. CEO, I had to follow up. I did ask them for a progress note on him. I have not received that, but I will follow up. They are usually pretty good about that, but I'm waiting to get that from Ms. Hall. Your Honor, so since he's not working, since he's staying kind of in the room, I believe that's somewhat of a restricted nature for whatever reason, what was going on over at Lake Ridge Village. He has not been testing at JAMS, but he has been tested over at Lake Ridge Village. And I have not received any any positive discussions about positive results about that. So meaning that he seems to be in compliance there. And I think Counselor Williams would have alerted us at the last staffing if there was some current concerns with that. I'm saying all that to say because when he is required to test at JAMS, and I'm just reporting it out, Mr. Williams, because I've talked to you about this often, he has to stay the course. He has to remain compliant. He cannot rely on his treatment venue to be the only option for him for testing. At one point, it was because of his job, and now it's because of money. I'm concerned, and I'm bringing this to your attention, Your Honor, because I believe he wants to be compliant with your court orders. But I think sometimes when it actually comes to the follow through or to actually bring the action forth, sometimes there's a stall. So, I'm telling him, but I'm sure Your Honor's orders, of course, are enforced by you. So, maybe he needs to hear it from yourself just to make sure that he understands and recognizes that that's the one thing. He's doing everything else. He has actually completed quite a bit of everything he needs to do. It's the money and the testing that needs to be online in line with what's going on here, Your Honor.
All right, so payment of fines and costs is what you're talking about?
Yes, Your Honor. He has
Okay,
to
and
pay.
so, Mr. Williams, you gotta, when you're working, you gotta pay. You gotta pay, you gotta do something. Has he done any community service to reduce fines and costs?
He has, but not for reduction of fines and costs, but that was something I was going to ask as well, because I think he should do that while he's not working.
All right, Mr. Williams, are you willing to do some community service to reduce your fines and costs while you're not working?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm going to grant that request. I'm going to have you do 32 hours of community service to reduce your fines and costs, okay? And so that's gonna help you out. And then when you start back working, Ms. Cleveland, you need to get with him. You've got to start paying. You got to start paying. All right. Now, Ms. Cleveland, your ask about the testing, are you asking me to cover testing for him for a period, or allowing him to test at Lake Ridge?
Well, Your Honor, he's already testing at Lake Ridge without any, positive results coming back. He's being compliant. If we could cover him once he starts going out again, that's the thing. He has been confined to where he's been at Lake Ridge. He's not been mobile like he was when he was working. So once he does that, I would, ask that he get some kind of voucher system, because he doesn't have
Until he can get paid.
Yes.
And so we'll do that when you go back to work, because once you're out and about, you have to test with one of our third-party providers. And so once you start doing that, we can cover some testing for you until you kind of get on your feet and get a paycheck or two, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then you also asked about some bus passes, is that correct? All right, and so Miss Cleveland, if you could make that happen as well, we'll provide some bus passes. Make sure you're doing the things you're supposed to do, okay?
Your Honor, may he come up to probation? Because I have to ask Ms. Rhonda to get the bus pass.
Oh, absolutely.
So she doesn't have to come.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So when you're done in here, you're gonna go up to 3, so you can get your bus passes, okay? Miss Cleveland, you gotta speak in that microphone. We can't hear you. The room number,
317 is probation.
317. 317. 317, okay? So you'll go up there. All right. At Lake Ridge, I do remember something that was raised in staffing. Mr. Reed, you had conversation with him about that?
Yes, Judge. We did talk.
About, I don't want to put it on the record about his quarters.
I'm not going to go into detail about it because it was discussed as staffing. We talked about living conditions and requirements of and rules at the Lake Ridge, and he's aware of what he needs to do. I believe he's going to follow those rules. Judge, we also talked about community service in lieu of some of the fines and costs, and that was placed on the record. Thank you for that. Judge, he was real respectful and cooperative. Nice young man.
He over here just chuckling away.
And he says he's going to follow the court's orders, and I want to hold him to that, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Miss Mack, mute me, because I'm going to say something my mama used to say. Mute me.
Ms. Rhonda, Mr. Derek Williams is going to come to room 317 after he's done with the court, and may he have 5 bus passes, please? Oh, well, actually, yes, and I'm actually.
You're not muted, Ms. Cleveland.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Attorney Reed. Oh, I'm sorry, Attorney Fikens.
laughing at me now? Yes, I said what I had to say, and he's still laughing and smiling. Uh-huh, he all right. He's all right. I think we good, right, Mr. Williams?
Yes.
We are. All right. Do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No.
All right. You are in phase 4. And so I am going to bring you back when you're going to have a face-to-face with Ms. Cleveland.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's going to be August 7th would be the face-to-face.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor.
face-to-face on August 7th, 2023, and I'll schedule it at 1:30 p.m. Okay?
And Your
All
Honor.
right, you in good shape? You're in good shape? All right, let's hear from Ms. Cleveland. Ms. Cleveland, what did you have?
And Your Honor, Ms. Yazik says when he comes up there to please ask for her, she has 3 bus passes for him.
Did you get that? You heard that? All right, wonderful. Good to see you, sir. Take good care of yourself. All right. Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. Thank you, Mr. Reed. All right, are we ready on the intake? Give me a second to just get a file. I need the clear folders, not clear, you know, these, because I'm out, and that's always a good sign. Okay, I go hot, then I go freezing cold. Yes, I like when we run out. That means that we are helping people.
Hey, my favorite. People. No, nothing. We already took care of the case. Good. Yes, I think you saying that.
Ms. Harris, check your device for me. Thank you, ma'am. Did you see the charge though? Okay. Okay. All right. All right, wonderful. Then if you all are ready, I am ready. Let's do it. All right, I have, good morning, Ms. Browner.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm okay.
Good, glad to see you. Glad you made it. I hope that you have had some good discussions and all that good stuff, right?
Yes, I have.
All right, very good. I have the following for you. I have case number 200-568-4201. Ms. Browner, state your full name for me.
Shannon Frowner.
All right, Ms. Browner, you ready to come into this program and do this work?
Yes.
Tell me something about you that you want me to know. Who are you?
I can tell you that I'm a mother of 4 boys.
You have 4 boys.
Yes.
How old are they?
14, 10, 8, and 5.
Oh my goodness. So you are the queen of your house.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good thing to know. What else?
I've been struggling with alcohol since I was 16 years old. And it's become a major problem for myself, to the point where I want to help myself get better and be better for my kids.
Yes. Yes, and so as you know, we're airing live on YouTube. So if I'm asking you a question that you don't want the world to know, then by all means, just let me know that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, because I'm just trying to just get to know a little bit about you, okay? All right, and so you want to get help, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, who was your judge before you came to me?
Brian.
Judge Brian, you heard that name today, and I see you smiling. I just need somebody to tell her that that's a very close, dear friend of mine. Yes, it is. Yes. And so, very good. That means that Judge Brian saw something in you that you could do better, that you wanted to do better, but you needed a little bit of help. And so she sent you to the place where you can get that help. So that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And so tell me, you said that you've been dealing with this since you were 16. What kind of impact has it had on your life?
It caused me to get in trouble a lot.
Okay, been in trouble a lot?
Yes.
Okay, at home, at school, at work, what?
At home and at school, anywhere I went.
Oh,
That's
and
how I caught my first case when I was 16.
so you first came in contact with the criminal justice system at the age of 16?
Yes.
Did anybody address your issue with that substance?
No.
Okay.
Back then I told them that I had a problem with drinking. They just kept drug testing me for marijuana. And I've been trying to tell, like, I don't have a marijuana problem. That's something that I don't do, but I do drink alcohol, but they never tested me for alcohol. So I never got the help that I needed.
Okay. How old are you now?
I'm 29.
You are 29 years old. You know it's never too late to get help?
Yes.
It's never too late. So that's the message I want you to take with you today. It's never too late to get some help. All right. How difficult is it for you to not pick up?
Very. If something triggers me, if I get mad or irritated, I want to drink. Or when I don't want to drink, it's people around me that peer pressure me into drinking because they want to drink. So they be like, here, drink with me, and I do it, not even wanting to.
Okay, thank you for your honesty. You're so honest. So listen, those things, I ask you that question because those are all things that you're going to work on while you're with us. That peer pressure, I know peer pressure can be a mess. It can be. But hopefully as we align you with resources and treatment to help you, that peer pressure is going to become a lot less, have a lot less of an impact on your life. And hopefully you'll learn some tools. Well, I'm confident you'll learn some tools to deal with when you get mad or when you get irritated or frustrated, so that picking up won't be your first response. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
All right. How do you think it impacts your boys?
Well, I can say, and I'm gonna be honest, my oldest is currently incarcerated. I feel like the only reason why he's going through so much at a very young age is because of me, my drinking problem.
Okay. Are you making contact with him?
No, we don't have no contact right now as to why he's incarcerated.
Okay. All right. What about your other 3 boys?
My 10-year-old, he lives with me and his father. My 8-year-old stays with his father, and my 5-year-old was adopted at the age of 6 months.
Okay, you adopted a 6-month-old baby.
No, he's been adopted out.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's being adopted out.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. And do you think your alcohol or your use of substance had something to do with all of this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You want help though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. We're gonna help you. We're gonna help you. So who's in your corner to cheer you on when you're at home?
Nobody for real. I stay with my boyfriend, but my support system is my mother.
All right. And what does your mom do?
She stays at home, but like she helps me because I don't have income. She helps me with money, so I won't have to struggle. Or she buy me clothes and my kids clothes.
All right. And so we're gonna talk about that, about as you're getting the help that you need, getting you back up and into the workforce. How does that sound to you?
That sounds good.
Okay, so we have some things that we will be able to align you with so that you can have a job and ultimately have a career, so that you're able to care for yourself and for your children. Does that sound good to you?
Yes.
All right, very good. Anything else you want me to know about you? Other than you're a very pleasant person and you're very honest, I appreciate that. You're a beautiful young lady. And so what else do you want me to know?
That I am a hard worker.
That you're a hard worker?
Yes.
All right, I love it. I love it. That's a good thing to know. And you're ready to work, roll up your sleeves and work hard in this program?
Yes.
All right, very good. I love it. Did you have any questions for me?
No.
No questions?
No.
All right, you had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Harris as well as with Attorney Fikens. And so are you satisfied that they answered all of your questions?
Yes.
Did they go through our participant handbook with you?
Yes.
All right, did you have any questions about that handbook?
No.
All right, did they go through what is going to ultimately become my order, the things that you need to do?
Yes.
All right, did you have any questions about that order?
No.
Did they explain to you that no alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal substance means absolutely none? Did they explain that to you?
Yes.
All right, very good, including hookah. What's the other one? Hookah, kratom, vape pens, and poppy seeds. All of that. No, 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 and no. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right, very good. And the reason we strip away those things is because we want to be able to work with your raw emotions and make sure that you're getting the appropriate level of care. And we can't do that if you're self-medicating, even with things that are legal. Okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. I'm going to hear from Ms. Harris. Let's go through the things that she's not already put on the record. She did a great job of telling me about herself. Yes. All right.
Angel Harris, case manager for specialty court. So we have Shantae Frowner here. She was referred to us on July 14th from Judge Bryant. She is, as she said, 29 years old. Ms. Frowner did report that she had completed 9th grade, and at that point, she had her oldest child and did not pursue the rest of high school. We have discussed getting her involved in some type of GED program, just, and some educational training, as she is, she's interested. As she stated, she is unemployed and she is a mother for, she does want to participate in the program. She's at least 18 years old. She does admit that substances have created problems in her life. She does not have any prior felony convictions for any violent offenses, and she has not participated in a specialty court program in the past. Ms. Frowner did come in and meet with me last week on Friday. She tested negative on that day in our lab. She tested today as well. I have not gotten those results. But as I said, as you can see, she has been very transparent. She's very open.
Absolutely.
She is honest about where her needs are, where she struggled. And I really do think that this is gonna be a great opportunity for her to get some of the services she needs, some of the assistance she needs. She has an appointment this afternoon, with a provider. She was assessed on the 1-800 line and met with Ms. Price on Friday. So she will be going over there, this afternoon. And,
Who's the provider?
DRP.
Okay.
And, I explained to her that she can also let them know about some of her additional needs, so that she has us and them working with her to make sure she's connected to all of the resources she can.
Yes.
I have found that she, is definitely, aware of where she needs to get some services. I think that she is ready for our program, and I recommend her for it.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Fikens, you spoke with Ms. Browner. What would you like me to know?
Judge, thank you for that opportunity to speak with Ms. Browner. She's certainly an honest, pleasant young lady to talk to. She really impressed me with that. She's intelligent. She understands, to me, she understands her needs, and I could tell that she's developing a thought in her own mind as to how to meet those needs and improve herself in this program. So it was an utter delight to talk with her. We went over the court's order. We talked about the ability of this court to change the court order, depending on the needs of the individual and as they develop or don't develop. I certainly think she's going to be successful in the program, Judge. She does meet all the requirements under Michigan law for acceptance into this program, and therefore I'm recommending her acceptance into the program.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens. Ms. Mack, does she have any other outstanding matters here at 36th District Court? All right, because the matter that's before me, the wonderful thing is that when you successfully complete this program, this charge will be dismissed. So we're going to see if you had some other stuff. Do you think you have some other stuff here at 36? Do you have some other things outstanding in other courts?
Yes.
All right, and so Ms. Taylor, I want to make sure that you get that.
We do have one here saying warrant status open alcohol passenger.
All right, I don't want her out to leave in here today with the warrant. So Mr. Fikens.
Yes, if I could be sent that ROA, Judge.
If you could, I'm sorry.
If I could be sent that ROA by Ms. Mack.
All right, see, we're gonna start working for you today. I don't want you walking around with the warrant because you get stopped and you could go to jail. You could get picked up. So we don't want that. I do want Ms. Harris for the outside matters that are not here at 36th District Court. If you could get those to the attorneys. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, as you all know, I have no jurisdiction in another court, but as you are working our program, Ms. Browner, we want to at least let the other judge know, our probation officer know what you're doing, okay? So that they're not going to, hopefully not double task you to do things, okay?
Okay.
So work with us and we'll work with you and we'll work with them. Okay?
Okay.
All right. We want to, when you leave here, we want you to be finished with every justice system, okay? We want you to walk out our door and have, be able to live and thrive and not worry about police contact, okay?
Okay. Your Honor,
All
I just
right.
want to let you know,
Yes.
I did send over, with the contract this morning, I sent over her pre-sentence investigation on the first page of that. It includes her pending charges, her outstanding charges, and I sent that to the attorneys as well.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. And what county is that in?
It's in Livonia, Twain County, they're Livonia charges.
All right, very good. All right, wonderful. Mr. Fikens is already trying to work his magic on that other warrant that you have, Ms. Brown. So let's give him an opportunity. Ms. Mack, can you give me that case number?
Yes, Judge. It is,
I have it.
SX 358-34961.
And it's for open alcohol, you said?
Yes.
All right, yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So Ms. Browner, while he is checking on those things, I want to welcome you into our specialty court. Not only will your mother be here as a cheerleader, but you'll have the entire team. We have Ms. Harris is going to serve as your case manager. So you have an excellent case manager. We also have Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens that serve as our attorneys assigned to this particular specialty court. They are outstanding attorneys that will be here for your legal questions. They are always representing your best interests. We may look like we all get along in court, but we do have meetings outside of court, and you know, they don't always agree with the judge. And you'll see them not agree with me, but it's gonna always be for your best interest. And then you'll see we have other case managers as well as a coordinator and a director of probation, and we are all going to be working to make sure that you get the assistance that you need. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
It sounds great, very good. And I have your commitment to work.
Yes.
All right, I love it. Then I'm accepting you into the program, and I'm going to have your next date with me. You're going to see Miss Harris, I'm sure, prior to this, but your next date with me would be August 7th, 2023 at 8:45 a.m. And that is going to be on Zoom. Now, when you go to DRP, to the recovery project, if they schedule you for counseling or anything, you all let me know so I can adjust that date and time. I still need to do it within that 2-week period. So I'll adjust it because it's important for her to be connected to services.
Sure.
All right, very good. Mr. Fikens?
Your Honor, I was able to contact Miss Shannon Walker about this matter because it's from 2019, because she's been accepted into drug treatment court, because we told her that Ms. Frowner is a very good person and is honest, and we think she's going to do well here. There's a recommendation, Your Honor, to dismiss case number SX 358-34961, which is open alcohol in a motor vehicle passenger.
All right, and that dismissal is predicated on she must complete specialty court, is that correct?
Yes, Judge, it is, but it is a dismissal, and but it is
Today.
predicated on that, yes.
All right, very good. Then I am going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. I have also indicated, and it should be indicated in the ROA, that she must successfully complete specialty court. So you are all set. You have no outstanding warrants with us. You are in great shape, ma'am. You're in great shape, okay?
Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. And then you can just send me a message about those pending. No, you said you emailed me. Never mind.
During the email with the pre-sentence investigation.
You got it. Yep, I'll look at that. All right, very good. So do you have any other questions?
No.
All right, then you are in good shape. I look forward to working with you, Ms. Browner.
Thank you again.
All right, you're very welcome. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
All right. All right. Did I miss anyone? I see Miss Cleveland. Did I see Miss Cleveland?
Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams. Ms. Cleveland said you're good to go. You can leave.
Bye, Mr. Williams. All right.
Take care.
Did I see Mr. Green come in?
Yes.
Mr. Green, did you have something for me on the record for this morning?
Not on the record.
Oh, okay.
We're done on the record.
Okay, very good. So I need everybody to be on standby. I will see you all in staffing. We can check with, what would staffing be for Tuesday and Thursday, right? Okay, let's check and see if there are any providers that have been, because I don't know what phases the folks are in, see if they are scheduled, and if not, I would like to do it earlier if possible. If not, I understand. So can you reach out to Mr. Morgan and Mr. Griffin and just see for Tuesday and Thursday? Yes, I think about what's today, for Tuesday and Thursday. But you all know we are on standby. And so let's see how quickly Ms. Mack can get us an answer, and then we'll go from there.
You want providers for Tuesday and Thursday?
If there are, no. If there are any coming today. And if not, I'd like to start staffing earlier.
Okay.
Yes, because I have a 3:30 today with the chief.
Okay.
Okay, yes, Ms. Cleveland?
Good morning again, Your Honor. I was wondering, because Mr. Gritzinger is having a face-to-face this afternoon, so I was wondering if you placed another court date on the record.
Yes, I did. You all see Ms. Mack, I put all of the court dates on. and it's off a little bit, so make sure you see Miss Mack for your people, okay?
Thank you. I'll call
Thank
her.
you.
Thank
I
you.
meant to tell you all that, and I didn't.
The doctor for the week.
Oh, bless your heart. You know I don't be wanting to see Wednesday
I know, but
until,
you go ahead and take
I
it.
don't be wanting to see that Wednesday time,
I know.
but okay, I know all.
Thank you.
My Tuesday, my Thursday is a hump finger, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Thursday. Okay, all right, we in good shape. All right, that Friday case, I'll need to reschedule because we have that retreat. All right, very good. So we are on standby. I'm just gonna mute while I speak to Mr. Green, and let's see if we can get a time for staffing.